Hey Canucks fans, big news from across the country. Claude Julien has been fired by the Montreal Canadiens and ex-Canucks Alex Burrows has been promoted to associate coach. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Wednesday, February the 24th. This is where you get Canucks insight that's positive and timely. I want to give a shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, just incredible, nucksfan number 29. Thank you for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You're listed in the description of this video. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath any of my videos, or click on the memberships tab on the YouTube channel. So Montreal Canadiens, heavy story, obviously, but it relates to the Canucks in a couple ways. So I want to talk about the Montreal Canadiens situation, and then I want to talk about the Vancouver Canucks situation. So the big news, woke up this morning to the news that Claude Julien has indeed been fired by the Montreal Canadiens, as well associate coach Kirk Muller has been relieved of his duties. Now, this is Julian's second stint as the Montreal Canadiens head coach. He previously coached the team from 2002, 02-03 to 05-06, and then the last 5 years here as well. Now he in the 8 seasons with the Habs, I'm getting from TSN, he had a 201, 175, 10, and 50 record. So there's a lot of numbers there, but basically he had 201 wins and then more than it looks like 185, 235 losses when it come to both overtime losses and shootout losses. Remember, Montreal had some lean years in there. And I guess big news, remember at the start of the bubble last year, after game 1 of the first round series, during the first round series, Montreal and Philly, he had a stent installed in his heart. So there was a scare there, but thankfully he was okay after that. And 18 seasons now that Julian's been coaching with Montreal, with New Jersey, and with Boston, and he's 13th all time in NHL coaching victories. Lastly, he was the coach of the Boston Bruins when they beat the Vancouver Canucks for the Stanley Cup in 2011. They also won the final in 2013, and he was Jack Adams' winner in 2009. Okay, so that's a bit about Claude Julien. Kirk Muller was the one who replaced Claude Julien when Julian was out during the bubble, and that's when the Montreal went on to lose in 6 games to the Philadelphia Flyers. So they've been together for the past 5 years, like I said, and it's very interesting. We'll get to who they're replaced with, but let's talk about where Montreal is right now. They're not doing that bad. They're 4th in the North Division. They're 9-5-4, so they have 22 points in 18 games, which isn't bad. That still puts them 3 points up on Calgary with a game in hand. So it's not like they're I don't think they're in, danger of missing the playoffs. And then 6 is Vancouver. There's no way we're going to catch them. And then there's Ottawa. Now, Ottawa has beaten Montreal 3 times this season, so that's probably not a good look, including last night's 5-4 overtime loss, the controversy with Brendan Gallagher and Matt Murray, all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if that was reversed and Montreal had won in overtime, if that would have made a difference, or if they're going to make this change anyways. Regardless, I'm a little bit surprised. I don't follow Montreal Canadiens that closely, but when you see how they decimated the Canucks over their game so far, so they've beaten Vancouver 4 times, but they've lost to Ottawa 3 times, then I am a little bit surprised because, like I said, their points percentage is 6-11. It's not like it's even in the 5s, and I don't think they're in danger of missing the playoffs. But maybe they wanted to make a change. They didn't like the way they were playing. They didn't like the way they were losing. They've lost, or they haven't won in 3 straight games. And yeah, but 9-5-4. Maybe their record was a bit inflated because they were basically 4-0-1 in the 5 games against the Canucks so far. So surprising there. And replacing Julien and Muller, head coach would be Dominic Ducharme. Ducharme has been associate coach for the Montreal Canadiens for a little while now, the past 2 seasons. And then replacing Kirk Muller as associate coach is ex-Canucks Alex Burrows. So that's a really, really great story for Burrows. He has been coaching the AHL team, Laval, and then to see him get a chance on an NHL bench pretty good. We're all it's more than good. It's awesome for him, and we all know of his passion for the game. We all know of his knowledge, right? Even when he was such a good interview when he was playing for the Canucks, because he wouldn't give standard answers. The answers full of emotion and such, but then it's also because he's very smart and he's articulate and he's able to explain nuances of the game. So I think it's really good for Burrows, obviously. So we congratulate him as an ex-Canuck on being an associate coach for the Montreal Canadiens. Now we get to face him though a few more times this season, so that will be fascinating to watch. Malholtra's in Toronto, Burrows is in Montreal. Let's flip this now to the Vancouver Canucks. Not going to go over the game so much because, as you know, yesterday, if you watch my post-game video, not my live stream, but my actual post-game recap, I've expanded those to go for a little longer now instead of rushing to get them done for 2 minutes just for the sake of Twitter. So I don't have to go through the whole game again. That's another bonus, is because I went through it yesterday, I don't have to go through it this morning. But what was interesting is after I did my post-game, I watched the media, the press conferences as always, and they only had 3 players out. It was Horvat and Myers, and both were understandably dejected, frustrated, all those things, angry. And then Thatcher Demko, they only threw him two questions, and his availability was really short, because what else can you say aside from what happened on those goals and how you feeling? Like, there's nothing. Goaltender, I always feel bad for the goalies because they take things so personally, right? And they get so frustrated, and you're not going to walk them through, hey, walk us through each of your 4 goals. No, that's not the best strategy. So after Horvat and Myers together and then Demko, it was Travis Green. I know you guys noticed this last night. You guys, Travis Green, there was a different tone in his voice. It was sharp. He was agitated. He was cutting off reporters, not rudely, agreeing with a lot of the reporters, because what can you say? It's so much. Why can't you protect the lead? What happened in the third period? Why are you guys mentally sharp? What else can you say as a coach? So you can hear it in Travis Green's voice that he was very, very frustrated and very agitated last night, and I don't blame him. Whereas Montreal's 9-5-4, the Canucks have fallen to 8-13-2, only won 2 games in the last. Is it 2 games in the last 8? That is not a good look. Now, a lot of people are asking on my post-game live stream, is Benning gone? Is Green gone? Well, we'll talk about Benning another time. Actually, we'll talk about him in like a minute. Interesting. We remember that Francesco Aquilini just 2 weeks ago on February 13th says, I have full confidence in Jim, Travis, and this group. I have no plans to make changes. And I believe him that he'll keep his word and he wouldn't make a change until the end of the season. But you got to look now. It's Travis Green does not have a contract extending past the season. This is a big story. It means that he's a lame duck coach right now. It means that he's coaching to win. Why would he bother developing young players like a Rathbone or a Lind or even a Yolevi if he doesn't think that he's going to be here next season, or if he's still playing for a contract? He'll want to dress the best lineup, and in his eyes, it might be a veteran-laden lineup. We'll see. So that part's interesting. I still think Travis Green's job is safe. I don't worry that he's going to get canned. I don't think Aquilini's going to go back on his word, and I do think that the Canucks organization really likes Travis Green, and so do the players. But obviously, we'll need to watch that. And interesting about Benning, my lovely wife Gail, awesome supporter, watches all the games with me, doesn't worry and doesn't know about all the back end stuff. She basically said, when I told her about Claude Julien and how I think Travis Green is still going to be safe, she says, well, who makes the decisions with all the players? So I explained to her that was Jim Benning, and she basically in one line signed up perfectly. She goes, he didn't do that much over the summer, did he? And that was her way of basically saying what happened to all the guys we let go, and why didn't we replace them adequately. So even my lovely wife Gail knows that something is amok among the Canucks front office. So there we go, Canucks fans. A bit of Montreal Canadiens flavor today because it's going to be the biggest news across the league, but it has ramifications from a standpoint. We're going to play Montreal 4 more times. It's an ex-Canucks player that's going to be associate coach, and then of course you relate it to our situation, and I just spent a few minutes thinking that I don't think it changes our situation for better or for worse. Canucks fans, leave a comment below. Tell me what you're thinking. Are you surprised by this move? And are you happy for Alex Burrows? Leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply. As always, subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Join this channel as a member if you'd like to. Interviewing Andrew Walker tonight. Look for that tomorrow morning. Excited about that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless. And go Canucks go.